How's it going, everyone? It's Tommy from Wonderstruck 5000. Today is June 25th, 2021, and today we're going to focus on our next tropical disturbance that's coming off the African West Coast and see if it does still have a chance of tropical cyclone formation. But before I begin, make sure to subscribe. If you want to see more weather recon, make sure to like if you like this video, and make sure to turn on post notifications if you want to see even more weather recon. So let's begin by taking a look at the current IR loop for the entire northern Atlantic. And as you can see, this tropical disturbance we've been talking about over the past couple of days has pretty much weakened to the point where it has no chance of developing at this point. If it were to develop, it would have developed well earlier when the environment was more conducive. However, now the environment is way too unfavorable for tropical cyclone development thanks to the strong amount of wind shear that's over this region as a result of just strong upper level winds. And however, the main disturbance we're going to be talking about in this video is right over here, coming off the western African coast at this point, and you see that it does have a lot of thunderstorm activity with it. And yesterday it showed the exact same thing where we just saw a lot of thunderstorm activity, a lot of convection going on right around the center circulation, and it looks pretty healthy for a tropical wave. Of course, not healthy enough to be considered a tropical depression or a tropical storm, but it at least has a lot of moisture and a lot of lift going with it, and the amount of thunderstorm activity really shows how much convection is going on right now. So yesterday there was around a medium chance of development. However, there's some great news that now the chance has lowered to now a low chance of developing over the next 5 days. More specifically, only a 10% chance of developing over the next 48 hours, while there's still a low 20% chance over the next 5 days, which is certainly good news and something we certainly want to see. We don't want to see this develop into tropical depression or tropical storm, so this is definitely something good we want to see. However, the question may be, how about beyond 5 days? Does this have maybe a chance of developing beyond the 5 day mark? Well, let's first take a look at the computer models to see what exactly is going on that's going to prevent it from developing within the next 5 days to determine if it does have a chance of developing beyond the 5 day point, or has at least a higher chance of developing beyond the 5 day point. So let's first take a look at the humidity over the next 5 days with the storm. And as you can see, there's a lot of dry air to the northern in the northern side of this storm, and there's dry air also as well towards the west of this storm system or this tropical wave. So if we move forward with it, there isn't a ton of dry air, like I said. However, we do see a little bit of dry air infiltrate the southern side of this storm, which I think will somewhat inhibit tropical cyclone development over the next 5 days, because there's just going to be a lot of dry air, and this is typical during the month of June. It's very rare for a tropical disturbance to form into a tropical depression or a tropical storm this early in the season in the main development region, because typically during the month of June, there's just too much Saharan dust and too much dry air over this area, which makes the main development region very unfavorable for tropical cyclone development in the month of June and July. It's not until August and September where tropical cyclone formation becomes conducive in the main development region. Taking a look at the Saharan air layer forecast, you see that the dry air is just infiltrating the entire main development region, and I think that's one of the main reasons why it has a low chance of developing within the next 5 days. There's just going to be too much dry air over the main development region, and the GFS model agrees with it. As you can see, the dry air is infiltrating this storm, and we see the dry air begin to swallow up a lot of this moisture, and as a result, it's beginning to lose a lot of its convection as a result of this dry air, and this dry air is making the air a lot more stable within the center of circulation, which is preventing rapid convection or rapid evaporation or lift in the atmosphere to occur with the amount of dry air. So dry air is probably one of the main reasons why the chance has lowered for tropical cyclone formation in the main development region out of this tropical wave, since it's just going to make the air too stable around center circulation. However, that's not the only thing I noticed with the forecast. I also noticed that now the computer models are leading more towards less favorable less favorable wind shear, because now the wind shear is expected to be stronger as this upper level low I was talking to you guys about yesterday has is now gonna have a little bit more influence than originally expected on this storm, and as a result the chance is still has lowered because the wind shear is expected to be stronger over this storm. So there is still a chance the chances could rise depending on how much influence this upper level low has on this low pressure system. However, I find it unlikely that we're gonna see this. I speculate that it's gonna be unlikely that we're gonna see the chance rise significantly with this storm, because, like I said, it's very rare for a tropical cyclone to develop in the main development region during the month of June. So I do not expect much. So I don't. And plus, there's a lot of wind shear still with this storm, and I don't think this storm will be able to fight off a lot of that dry air that's currently over the main development region at this point. However, let's take a look beyond 5 days, because maybe there could be a higher chance of development beyond the 5 day mark. If we were to take a look at the 120-hour mark, I'd say the low pressure would be right around the Caribbean islands at this point, and there is a little bit of an area where the wind shear does lighten up a little bit. However, you see that the wind shear is just going to meander over the area where the low pressure system will move towards. So at this point, I'd say it's less likely that this will develop beyond the 5 day mark. So I do not expect much. The good news is that I don't expect this to have a higher chance of developing even beyond the Anyways, guys, I thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. If you want to see more weather content, make sure to like. If you like this video, make sure to turn on post notifications if you want to see even more weather content. I hope you guys have a good day.